You want death, or do you want life?
I should have been dead when I sold them drugs. When I broke that bread, I should have been.
You want death, or do you want life?
I should have been dead when I sold them drugs. When I broke that bread, I should have been judged. Young man, I could have been scared, but I wasn't gonna say it in front of them thugs. How the hell do you get to the point when you're looking at a joint like you gon' smoke? How the jail cell look when you can't go home on the phone trying to call your folks? I should have been choked when the police came and I ran with the rest of the fools. I'm less than the best of the fools. I should have been secondly guessing these dudes. I should have been shot when I robbed that spot and the old man came out blaze. I should have been sick, cause the chick I was with just found out she got AIDS. I should have been paid, but I didn't wanna go when they ran that blow up state. I should have been saved, but the church I know don't teach us how to escape. I should have been great, but I can't go back now. Everything all messed up. I should have been straight, but I smoked that crack now. Should have never hit that blunt. I should have been good, but the hood I'm in don't love nobody like me. I should have been free, but the dirt I did done put that curse on me. I should have repent, but it ain't no hope. Trump done blew, I missed my boat. I could have been, would have been, should have been ready to go, but I ain't.
Look, you can't live your life blaming me, blaming everybody for your mistakes. It's time you man up. What do you want in life? You're on the road to death. It's time for you to repent.
I would've been ready, but my deadbeat daddy never did teach me nothing. I would've been heavy, but the dude in the Chevy didn't never wanna front me something. I would've been a doctor, but the school I went to didn't wanna see me shine. I would've been focusing all of my time. If I wasn't focusing all on my grind, I would've been fine. If I never did time, but maybe that's all on me. I would've been able to see my son. If my baby mama could call on me, I would've been free. If I didn't get caught, still would've been in the trap. That would've been me. When the gunman came, start killing everybody in the house, I would've been good. If the boys in the hood understood, I wasn't no punk. I would've thought twice about popping that trunk. I would've been smart if I wasn't so drunk. I would've been something, but the life I chose, Lord knows I could've been better. I would've been closer to living forever if I wasn't focused on getting my cheddar. I would've been saved, but the church I went to didn't even know my name. I probably would've stayed, but the priest I went to couldn't even tell me how to change. I would've been ready to die if I know what I know now. I would've been learning. I wouldn't be standing here wishing it wasn't gonna go down. I wouldn't be burning.
You got a million excuses, and now you're using Christianity to justify what you're doing. Why Jesus gonna save you? No, 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 son. You must repent as an Israelite.
I would've tried, but my mama died and I was out here in these streets. I should've cried, but I'm tired of crying, I'm tired of dying. I'm weak, I should've prayed, but I ain't know the book and I don't know the words to speak. And church is lame, cause they don't know the word and they song and dance don't teach it. And I'm ashamed, cause I knew to stop, but I didn't stop. I went and I should've changed. My block was hot and I talk a lot. When I'm bent, I'm running game, I'm venting. I know that I'm close to repenting. I should've been rotting in jail for real, I should've been serving a sentence. I would've tried, but my mama died and I was out here in these streets. I should've cried, but I'm tired of crying, I'm tired of dying. I'm weak, I should've prayed, but I ain't know the book and I don't know the words to speak. And church is lame, cause they don't know the word and they song and dance don't teach. And I'm ashamed, cause I knew to stop, but I didn't stop. I went and I should've changed. My block was hot and I talk a lot. When I'm bent, I'm running game, I'm venting. I know that I'm close to repenting. I should've been rotting in jail for real, I should've been serving a sentence.
Man, no, man. Yahweh? Where you get that name from? Man, his name is a high.
What about Yahweh? I don't know a lot of people use Yahweh.
Man, come on. Always arguing about the name, man. He got all kind of names for what I was told. He got it.
Hey, listen, Israel knew his name, and what did it do for them? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Can you believe
about that, man? I just want to serve him in spirit and truth, man. So whatever his name is, man, I'm gonna serve him.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. We can't put the Most High's name in a box. Period. We just can't limit it.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Mama called Jesus, I'm called Jesus.
I'm gonna say his name, Yahuwah. I am not ashamed. Yeah, I am who I am. He's a higher, magnify his name. Ooh, I will. Don't put him in the box. He's so wonderful. I will. You can't put him in the box. He's my counselor. I will. him in the box. He's so marvelous. You can't put him in the box. He's so merciful.
Roll in and get dropped off. This where the culture pops off. He's so elite, called Texas Pete. This what we call that hot sauce. Forsake me not, remember me. Your love like drugs, I'm high up. That's glory and all line up. My cup runneth over, it's topped off. Abba. What? Better than zeros and commas. What? Father. Heaven on earth, you the author. Sinners, better stop it. When the floor get hot, that's lava. Nah. You don't really want that drama. That's so cute, y'all psyched up. Screaming dance, get hyped up. Just when you think you got the link, your plans all smooth and chopped up. No prophecy is like a key to the God we shock and all of. When it all builds up and believe you see, he's gone.
I'm gonna say his name, Yahuwah. I am not ashamed. Yeah, I am who I am. He's a higher, magnify his name. Ooh, don't put him in the box. He's so wonderful. You can't put him in the box. He's my counselor. Don't put him in the box. He's so marvelous. You can't put him in the box. He's so merciful.
I cannot put him in a box. Yeah, you better fall in line. That's where delivery stops. Yeah, fight over package like mine. What you selling, I cannot shop. Yeah, he the real thing, no discount. How you put the toppers in the wristwatch? TikTok. He gon' make you dance sideline like a mascot. How you put the bounds on the balance, astounding. The circle of thought removed from surroundings, keeping the base everlasting, the bounding. Trying to catch wind, your box in the spirit. When I call wind up, every I repented. I'm a nibble 10 in the box, hand over here, leg over there. You twisted the minted. I'ma say it same with fight. Higher. I'ma hug my brothers and sisters on you. Who up? Father magnify a heart, yeah. Zoom in. I'm trying to tell them all, you know what you're doing. Gather ye steps together in the spirit. It ain't a wall that we won't be clearing. Y'all had my back against the wall. I had such a claustrophobia. I'm not ashamed to love all of y'all.
I'm gonna say his name.
Yeah.
Yahuwah.
What?
I am not ashamed. Yeah, I am who I am. He's a higher, magnify his name. Ooh, don't put him in the box. He's so wonderful. You can't put him in the box. He's my counselor. Don't put him in the box. He's so marvelous. You can't put him in the box. He's so merciful. We gon' slowly take this higher, going higher than crescendo. Time is getting shorter and it's closing like a window. Shout out to my melanated Israelite people. But we gotta repent, we can't be out here acting single. Who would've thought? Our Father in heaven, he holding the fort. Don't play with Yahusha, cause he coming back with the sword. He's got so many names, you can put him in a box. He's the highest, and he got it. I'm gonna say his name, Yahuwah. I am not ashamed. Yeah, I am who I am. He's a higher, magnify his name. Ooh, don't put him in the box. He's so wonderful. You can't put him in the box. He's my counselor. Don't put him in the box. He's so marvelous. You can't put him in the box. He's so merciful.
What I love about this assembly is that they don't put the Most High in a box.
No, sir.
You know, a lot of people, they limit him. Some say Yahuwah, some say Yahweh, some say God. But his characteristic, he's everything. He's omnipotent. He's omniscient. How can you put something like that in a box?
Shalom. Welcome to the Truth Be Told Flex podcast with Shir Yeshub Judah, Hayo Ben Yehu, and Ox Sophia Yeshayahu. It's all Unraveling, episode 94, War Amongst the Gods.
All right, fellas. Y'all here with me? I'm out by myself.
Nah, we here, bro. We here, man.
All right, then. That was the sounds of my son Gabriel, our brand new production manager. I don't know how long he gonna be brand new. I guess until I stop saying he brand new.
However long you say he is.
Yeah, I know, right, man. It's been a great week. The Most High is good. Glad to be here. this week. We got a great show lined up. A lot of, man, there's been so much stuff happening in the news. It seems like I say this every week. I absolutely did not know which way to go, what stories to talk about. I hit Ayob up late last night with a list of stuff and was asking, and this is what we narrowed it down to. But man, with all of the stuff that's happening, it could have been a whole lot more. A whole lot more.
Right. It's a lot. It's a lot. I know we always say that, but this cycle is, it's crazy out here, man. It's a lot of stuff.
The algorithm of my news.
It really is. It really is here now.
It's built up, and if I pull my toe bar down, it'll be nothing but news articles going all the way down.
You said it right. Algorithm. Once that algorithm seems like nowadays, once that algorithm gets going, man, it's just back when I was little, the newspaper would come out. Something that you read in the newspaper has already happened, over with, done. But now that we have cell phones and internet right at our fingertips, soon as something happens, earthquake, something political, is right there. And the more people comment on that article and share it, the more news stations the more news you get from all the news stations over the world, and it's just like instantaneous. So
it is. It really is. It can be overwhelming. I don't know. For people who don't look into the news like we do, man, I can attest to you that sometimes it become very, very overwhelming. It's like you start reading this stuff, and it's like stories be intertwining, and a lot of times me myself, I gotta just step back, man. I gotta, I know it might not seem like it to y'all, because I be texting them articles, but nah, for real though, I do. Sometimes I do. I actually step back, be like, I got a break.
Safar put in the chat yesterday, was like, hold up, shit, wait, man.
Tito need to slow down. Tito, man, you playing that bass too hard, Tito. Slow down. but the thing about it is, well, it's still Big Brother, but we got Big Brother and Little Brother now. So everything is eyesight. Everything in the house is considered a little brother. We got Big Brother, Little Brother. So everything could come fast. We say it fast, and everybody want to do this all day. So news is news.
Right, this show,
it really is.
Yeah. This show right here, as you were saying, Sheer, when you hit me last night, what we're gonna talk about, and for the first time, I really didn't know. I was like, man, there's so much that we could. Right. I mean, picking the topics out without talking about the other stuff is like, man, do we really want to not talk about this? So this is the first time having a quandary, having to actually really, I mean, we normally do, but still this week it
like a for real conundrum. Yeah, for real a conundrum, because just to make a mention, is it open? Did it open? Okay then. Yeah, to make a mention, you had the guy that we talked about last week. I was really feeling like we should have brought back up, with the new development on that, the Rasheem, Mississippi, they got chased by the white guys. At some point, we got to talk about what's happening on the West Coast. That's crazy what's happening on the West Coast, man. It can't be overlooked. And then within a matter of 2 days, because we are in a political year, an election year, put it that way, coming up on an election, put it that way, we done had 3 school shootings in a matter of a day. We'd had, and of course, Colorado had to make the news for a school shooting. If my kids was in school in Colorado, I'd take y'all out. Y'all be homeschooled. Right. Something is always happening in Colorado, man.
And It's crazy.
Something is always happening in Colorado. But yeah, we really did. We had, I was really perplexed on the news, man. And my wife came in a while ago and she was looking. She said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Nothing." She said, "You just look stressed out." I said, "I might be in a tunnel." I said, "But I'm good." You know what I'm saying? I'm just in a tunnel right now, but I'm good. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
hey, let's get this round talk. Let's get this round talk before we get into the show. There's going to be also a change up on the lineup. Hello?
There you go.
Are we there?
Now. Yeah, we here.
Man, my laptop went black twice.
Really?
Yeah, it was gone. Yeah, that joker was gone. It left, came back. Okay, I'm gonna be in a box just like your pa did. I hit up. I said, "Girl, did you do the robot?" She said, she said, yeah. Let's get into this round talk before we get into the show. Oh yeah, I was saying about the agenda change up. We're gonna switch up the what's crazy in the news. And the beyond critical race theory in the order that they normally go in tonight. So coming back up for this round talk table, we'll have Oxafire Shell who coming up. But let's get that video rolling, man. Let's get this round talk going.
Check out how this little princess here in Russia loads this AK in a matter of seconds, family. Yo, and now we move forward to China. These children in China here are in class, family, breaking down these 9mm and putting them back together like clockwork, my niggas. Look at this shit. Now, flip side, come to the United States, and this is what the fuck they're teaching the kids, fam. Like, look at this garbage right here. Drag queen book story reading hours, turning these children into some kind of butterballs, family. The Chinese and the Russians, these children breaking down AKs and 9mm in a matter of seconds. These kids over here, they're trying to teach your sons how to wear high heels. See, little girls in Russia are breaking down AKs. They're trying to teach your sons how to wear high heels and how to be a butterball.
So, before I talk, fellas, I would love to hear your thoughts on this here, man. My wife sent this to me today. And I struggled trying to figure out how to capture that video, man, because I couldn't get it to share to myself. But all praise to the Most High, I got it. Already, Shaka Boom, I'm with you on that, sister. Like, for real. For real. But what you guys think, man?
Oh, man. First, he's very creative with his roasting. I have never heard nobody be that creative. Or Butterball, he was going off the easy with it. But did you see how they was breaking it down from the spring to this to that and just putting it back together? Say, man, I'm 100%. I buy little kids learning how to do that.
Right.
I buy it. Man. Did he just go butt naked up there?
Nope. Butterball. Start.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if I was I would be worried as a parent.
If your child was doing that?
Well, no, I'm saying I'm thankful. I'm thankful that the Most Highs and I'm in this truth and I know what's happening out here. So if I was if I was a parent, not having the mindset we all do and our audience do, not really knowing what's going on out here, and I seen that video and my children go to school, I would truly, if I was a heathen or a Gentile, I would truly be worried. Because while we have the amendment to say we can be packing, and we've talked about this before, nobody has ever invaded this country due to the fact it is possible that every single household could be packing, right? Now, seems like in that video, they're preparing or getting ready for something. While children over here in America, like they said, having drag queens, reading books, story time, they over there breaking out. That girl was what, 11 or 12 or maybe younger, breaking down an AR or AK?
Maybe younger.
By AK, breaking it down.
Breaking it down. Like you said with the spring. I mean, come on.
They was field stripping them rifles and them pistols.
Right. That's just
like
like
you
you
got
gotta.
Americans acting all fifi and nasty
Right.
over here watching drag queens prance across the stage.
Right. Watching Grammy performances with, Sam Smith, as talented as he may be, in devil uniform with doing some, you know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that's going on. So once again, I'm thankful that I'm in this truth and that we out here, we know who we are, we in our book, we know what's gonna happen. Because if I was a Gentile like he was seeing that, I'm sure folks is, or they could not be being so entertained, they probably don't even pay attention.
Just gonna say that.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to go. I'm the line that I don't even think that. But see, this is the problem with Americans, man. We can't see outside of our shores.
That's it.
We don't see past the borders of America. So we think that all the world is just like America, and if it's not, something is wrong with them. So while Russia have their children preparing for something, because that was exactly the take that I had on it as well. Like, yo, when I saw it, and this is one of the reasons why I want to bring it to the show, while China and Russia is having their children preparing for war, we softening up our whole generations. My wife worked with an individual, man, that had been in Iraq, right? And wife's big old dude. Say he used to bench press 400 pounds, just to blow off steam. You know what I'm saying? One of them big country jokers. You know what I'm saying? And he's a military man, full heart. He's American military dude. And like my wife showed this to me, and we was talking about it. I said, this is why other nations are becoming to not to worry about America no more. They know what's going on. While we don't look past our borders, every other nation look past their borders, and they looking directly at America. They know what we doing over here. Just like we was talking about how fast the news come to our phone. Guess what, man? It goes to theirs too. And they know what's happening over here. And they know that we softening up a whole generation. We talking about kids in elementary, right? This is the best time to be training. And we teaching young men and young boys in America to be sensitive, to be soft, not to be men, not to, to think like men, right? That's we teaching our girls what? We teaching our little young girls not to be women no more. And so they see this. And so we talking about a whole generation. What is our military going to look like a few years from now? What are they military going to look like?
Right.
Robots.
You see what I'm saying? You see? Right. It's a difference of the training. It's a difference of the education, man. And back to what you were saying, Ayob, as far as the American people should having a problem with it. I don't think that they have a problem with it because they're too entertained.
Too entertained. Come on. Too ready to get back to normal.
They too ready to get back to normal. You gotta think, the only way that a drag queen could come into an elementary school and read to kids is that the people had to agree to that.
Right. Somebody had to let them know it's cool to do.
The school didn't just do that on their own.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Somebody had to agree to that.
Somebody,
which were the people.
Right.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So that's where we at right now, man. And I wanted to show that because we need to know what these other nations are doing. The other nations are not playing. And this is one of the reasons I named this War Amongst the Gods. We're going to get into this tonight. We got to understand, man, that our power, he ain't finna be dealing with no little men here on earth. He ain't gonna be dealing with no little men.
Right.
This is war amongst the gods.
Right. Come on through with it.
This is what we dealing with. You dig what I'm saying? Clash of the Titans, right? So, Clash of the Titans. So, let's get into this show, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all feedback on that video. What we got coming up, Gabe?
It's our first break. Taking our first music break.
No, not yet.
Oh.
Yeah, not yet. We got what's crazy in the news first.
Crazy.
Yeah, we got what's crazy in the news with Oxify. Yeah, what's crazy in the news with Oxify Shell. Yeah, that's what we got. Mm-hmm.
All right, this is some crazy stuff. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. We waiting on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. I ain't never been at the first before, never in my life. I do appreciate it. So this is coming out of the school where this lady that we're talking about is from. This is Clayton Grammar School. It's a co-ed education grammar school located in the village of Clayford in East Devon, England, that caters to pupils aged 11 to 18. The school has been classified as Ofsted as outstanding in 3 successful reports. As of 2023, it was ranked by the Sunday Times as the 9th best school, the 9th best state school in the country, and the 2nd best in the Southwest. What's going on? Founded by local merchants in 1546, the school is situated on an 18-acre site near Devon coast. So we finna get into this she-devil by the name. Pull her up, please, if you don't mind.
He's about to.
Okay.
She-devil.
Yeah, she's a she-devil. Man, this woman is disgusting.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, look how beautiful she is, man. Yeah, man. That is a teacher who was sexting students at a school that she teaches, the one that I was stating at, 11 to 18-year-old pupils. Well, she has been caught years ago, but it just recently came out about 3 days ago, that she was messing around with sexting. She never, let's put it out there, she never had intercourse, she said. But she also went into public records to try to stop things from coming out. So here comes the crazy part. This is a prestige college person. She graduated from Oxford. She's well known. She took pictures with the Prince Williams and all that, as they say down there. And then she was so bold with what she do, she just started flaunting it, sending texts to this one student constantly, and started bragging about it at parties that she went to go visit it. So after all that, she left that school and became a professor at a college. Well, more crazy about this part, her record from where she worked to the college said, well, the college said the university, whatever she did doesn't matter. That doesn't pertain to us. So it went past that, and now she is being held against it. Oh yeah, they tried to, they loopholed, they tried to find all type of white privileges, pimp privileges, pig skin privileges, all them privileges for this nasty piece of she-devil right here, who like to touch on little kids.
Wow.
And get away with it. So y'all got that script? Oh, we good on that now. We good on her. We good. Let's just, just the point is that they tried their best to make sure that she still got her university position before anything came out, and they started making rules just so she do not get banned from that university. But let it be me with a whole bunch of suspensions and in-house on my record. That's gonna carry me from this school to that one to over there. But hey, I ain't got pale skin, so that's crazy in the news, people.
Wow.
I can't hear you.
That's crazy. Unmute your mic. There you go.
Oh, okay.
There
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, my wife and I was talking about Rick Pitino yesterday, man. That's white privileges at its greatest right there with, on that story that Safa just did. And Rick Pitino, if y'all don't know, he's a college basketball coach, man.
Yeah.
And
he's
gonna go down as exactly. He's gonna go down as a legend. But when you go and look at Rick Pitino's track record, Rick pigskin privileges, man. Boy, she be on it.
Y'all made it.
She be on it. Yes, indeed. Pigskin privileges. But yeah, you go look at Rick Pitino's record, man. Rick Pitino should not be coaching nowhere in college or on any level. But This guy has not missed not 1 year of coaching in his whole career. And to make it even crazier, that he left America and went and coached in Greece to come back to America to get back with kids to coach them. And right now, I believe that he has led his team to the Sweet 16. All that to say with this chick right here, man. What more can you expect when we allow drag queens to go read books to our kids in school? What more can you expect from something like that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
She bragged about it, man, with Prince Henry and Prince William. She just bragging. And I think one of the articles said that she likes to dress a certain way, tricky, just in case to entice the kids because they seem bored in the class. So they gotta wear. She put that same face I had. So that picture that I sent, that's the outfit that she loves to wear. It looked like she got a trench coat with it. She probably got udders going all the way down her. You know, them Greeks and Romans are nasty.
Not udders.
Yeah, them Greeks and Romans, they disgusting. So
probably smell like salami and bacon. But so you got a Oxford University graduate who is teaching at what is the ninth listed school, best school. Yes. So it really seems like they targeting the kids.
That's exactly what they're doing.
And look at this.
Because 11 to 18.
11, and those are the ripe ages, especially with men. And I'm pretty sure that Sheer, you and Safar, even Gabe can attest. Those ages for a man, your body goes through different changes. Your voice, your mind. They know what's in little boys' minds. So it's like instead of teaching against it, how we were, and having a choice to know, it's like they just piling on it.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Everywhere they turn, they can get it they can get porn or whatever at the fingertips on the internet. Oh, we can go to the school, and our teacher is involved with it. You see what I'm saying? It's like this. They have this fetish and this thirst, for better word. They have a thirst for perverseness. You know
well, of course they do. Look at they guides. I mean, one of the guys that they serve is Baphomet, both he and a she. You see what I'm saying? And and then you got the succubus spirit. You know what I'm saying? And there you go, the god of Pan. We was talking about that. Pansexual last week. So of course, and this is the reason why they are changing so many laws, is because, and I've been saying this for years, they are trying to make it where pedophilia is no longer illegal, because they're pedophilia. See, at first worked with the homosexual laws because they're homosexuals. They're tired of being in the closets. You see what I'm saying? So now they done made it to where, it's acceptable to be homosexual, blah, blah, blah. They're also pedophiles. They're also pedophiles. So they are trying their best to work to where that they can make kids no longer safe, man. And this is the type of stuff. This is the spirit that is in this world. Back to what I was saying. Other nations look past their borders. You saw is it Uganda? Is it what country over there in Africa? They done made it to where it's a felony crime to be a homosexual. Uganda. Why? Because they look at what's happening over here in America. Like I told my wife, I said, I don't think a homosexual need to be locked up. But check this out. The way that America pushed that agenda, it causes other nations to go to that extreme. Because the people in those other nations saying, hey, if they can act like this in America, we can do it over here. No. Not here. We gonna lock your butt up. And for that, give me a hand clap, Gabe. Uganda get a hand clap for that.
Yeah. Let's get the hand claps.
Yeah.
Come on.
He looking for it. That's why he's still brand new.
Look, in Uganda, you can't even say that you is associated with the alphabet community.
You see? Hey.
It ain't the fact that you are that. You can't even say I'm associated or I approve of that lifestyle.
Right.
I mean, and
yeah,
if that hold until one of these European countries get their feelings hurt and try to oppose it. Let's see if Uganda will stick with that, because like you said, we're the only country that don't look past our borders, but everybody else look past their borders and see stuff going on over here. Be like, nah, that ain't the move. We ain't doing that. We're gonna make sure that doesn't come here and takes hold. It may be some folks that come here and practice it, but we're gonna make sure they get on the next thing smoking and get out of here.
And get up out of here, because that is not approved here. And like for real, man, I give a hand clap for real to Uganda for standing up for that, because and that's the thing with Americans, is that we feel like, then this is why they be claiming all of these wars got to hurry up and get on through. But this is why they be going through all of these nations. They be saying, they lying, talking about they going and fighting in the name of democracy to bring democracy to every nation. Every nation is not is a democratic nation. Everybody don't have to be like you, America. You dig what I'm saying? But going to tell the truth, you be going to the other nations fighting because you be robbing and pillaging, and you be making the kids sick. Going to tell the truth. That's what you really be doing. Let's get to that song break, Gabe. Let's get to that song break.
Make me new like found one. Yeah, make me new like found one. Yeah, make me new like found one. Ooh. I want a bottle of rejoice. I don't bottle my pain. Don't put new wine in old bottles. Man, that bottle will break. I need a case of pomegranate, watermelon with grape. In case you wondering, it's kosher, y'all lost some great. The great I am, who's the AM to the PM. Inspired by Toy.com, that's how I am. Hipponia being Israel for the yacht. No, we never get drunk and get the fight in. So many flavors, big apple on my eye. Cucumber melon, sangria, pineapple, elderberry, strawberry, caramel apple. There's flavors that I haven't tried, but I like to. Vision the evil like that passion fruit. Yo, who's your what? Turn water in on wine. Oh, yo. Mango like mango to the kingdom. Rejoicing, sipping at the marriage of the lamb. Oh, make me brand new. Make me new like found one. Make me new. Yeah. Make me new. Make me new like found one. Make me new. Yeah. Make me new. Make me new like found one. It's me tired. Man, it takes. Hey, can I get a little sip? All right now, pour me up a little bit. That's tight. I think I need a bit of bit, cause it tastes so sweet upon my lips. And we gon' praise the Most High. Rejoice with the brethren. Man, the joy feel heaven sent, but still hated by many men. They gon' hate you when you up, and they gon' hate you when you down. You might as well smile and keep that yang going round. We heading to the kingdom, so just call us Kingdom Brown. Trying to meet up with Messiah, and we all receive a crown. Like, make me brand new. Make me new like found one. Yeah. Make me new like found one. Yeah. Make me new like found one. Ooh.
Let's get it. Sipping on that rejoice. Now I'm about to rejoice. Sipping moderation, I don't like to get drunk. I'm the type of brew that usually pass on the liquor, but when it come to wine, passion fruit, I'm a sipper. A shot for my wife, she might take a sip. Come on, rejoice wine when you chillin' with the brews. Come and sit around the table, we gon' break scripts too. And after that, we gon' probably groove to some tunes. Hezekiah, Mikael playing in the back. Woman in travail, can you get around that? Like the man dipped in red, fresh out the wine press. We gon' give it to the Father, first fruits is the best. Toast to Yahuwah, I've been weaned out the breast. Rejoice wine, probably clean as it get. Plus I bought it from a brew, but now is the lick. No hangover lady, and you don't get sick like
And there were set there 6 water pots of stone after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. Yahushua saith unto them, fill the water pots with water. And they filled them up to the brink. And he saith unto them, draw out now, and bear unto the governor of the feast. And they bare it. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and knew not whence it was, but the servants which drew the water knew, the governor of the feast called the bridegroom, and saith unto him, every man at the beginning doeth set forth good wine, and when men have well drunk, then that which is worse. But thou hast kept the good wine Until now.
All right.
Yeah, that's my man Makilo, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, that brother there.
His album. Yeah, Makilo is a fire artist, man. He just got a endorsement deal and a sponsorship, so you'll be seeing a lot more music.
Who endorsed them?
I want to say I know they're associated with Lockett Law, but I have to do some research and get the actual name of the company / endorsers. But he just announced it on
He
Facebook.
want to be corporate? Is this?
I mean, they Hebrew. They're Hebrew, but they are
okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Him and Lawrence, they both got endorsed, and they're going to be sponsored by these folks. So
that's what that was that I was seeing. Okay, then bet. I call Lawrence CeeLo.
Yeah, CeeLo. Yeah,
that's the CeeLo Green.
Yeah, Makilo, that album is fire. So he's a fire artist. So you'll see a lot more coming from him soon.
All praises, man. I know I was hitting you up before we get into this next topic, man. Real quick, I was hitting you up. We as Israel, we really do need to do better with supporting our Hebrew artists, man, because we played Jamel the Trunk Rattler last week, for the whole show. Can't nobody tell me that album is not fire. And I was just scrolling through YouTube and I came across one of his songs and it only had 45 views. And I was like, nah, this cannot be right. I said, there is enough Hebrews on Facebook alone. And I know that joint has been circulating through Facebook. There is enough Hebrews on Facebook alone to have had those numbers up more than that. People, you need to understand, for artists like Ayob and Jamel the Trunk Rattler and whoever else, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of effort for them to go into making these albums. They spend money, especially when they be having features. Ain't nobody giving no features free. Nobody giving no free features, man. And these cats be having people on and they not asking for a whole lot. Just give them some support. Let them know that you hear them and that they're being received. That's not a whole lot. We have got to do better. We cannot talk love. We cannot talk unity when we don't listen to our own people, man. I'm just sorry. Let me be on my soapbox. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nah, you speaking fact. I mean, we talk about that, and I talk to my family about that. The time, energy, and of course, we do it for the Most High. That's our
most definitely, most definitely. But still,
on the flip side,
we human.
Right, on the flip side of that, he speaks through his people. So the same conduit and the same vessels he's speaking through to give the information and the words that he's saying in song, and song poetry format to music, it should be reciprocated back as, like you said, we hear you. We hear what the Most High saying, and we're blessed that he's using you guys as a vessel. But it's just, it's like celebritism.
That's exactly what it is. Didn't really want to go there, but that's exactly what it is.
We can say, I see posts on Facebook all day that speak against celebrities, but at the same time, the celebrities' music is more popular, even in some Hebrew circles. And it's, it's just one of those pills.
They pick and choose. I've been Hebrew long enough that I can talk on this. You know what I'm saying? I've been Hebrew all my life, but I've been in this truth long enough that I can talk on this, man. We pick and choose who we want to listen to because of a name. That's facts. Because of a name. And this is artists out here that's just as good, if not better than some of these they got the numbers, man. But we don't want to stay there too long. We can do that on a throw around Thursday or roundabout Wednesday or whatever we gonna call it when we get there. But yeah, man. I appreciate y'all. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
man. Absolutely.
Clown show.
Woo.
It has really been a clown show with this Donald Trump thing, man. I really, people, please, whatever you do, do not pay attention to really what's going on with this Donald Trump. It's too much real serious stuff that's happening in the world for this to be real news. Okay?
Right.
It can't be real news. And it dawned on me today, how they allowed Donald Trump to get into that office. They needed him. And the reason why they needed him is because Donald Trump is like your first TV reality superstar. So if we get him in there, we can always spin topics and news and all kind of stuff off of Donald Trump to keep distractions. Look, you got banks closing, you got tornadoes happening in California, you got I never heard of a tornado in California. On top of all the snow that in LA, a tornado. You dig what I'm saying? You got all of this stuff happening, and then you talking about Donald Trump. Go ahead and run that video clip, Gabe, and let's get into this Donald Trump clown show.
It's just a continuation of the most disgusting witch hunt in the history of our country.
NBC News Chief Justice contributor Jonathan Dienst that local, state, and federal law enforcement and security agencies are preparing for the possibility that former President Donald J. Trump could be indicted in Manhattan as early as next week. This is according to 5 senior officials familiar with the preparations. And in the world of unprecedented, this would be the absolute definition of it. A former president has never been criminally indicted before. Never. So local law enforcement agencies are running the possible scenarios, going through potential security plans, gaming out the variables, according to the same officials, who also stress that this is a just-in case. No charges have been filed, and NBC News cannot report that any decision has yet been made that we know of.
Yeah, man.
Boy, that.
Go ahead, yo.
That's exactly. Man, and look, before you speak, I gotta.
No, you good, bro.
IG Tuesday, when they've been projecting when he would be arrested and all that. I saw those images, and they look real. But in this hour, audience, family, we have to have the Kodesh Ruach. If you don't have the Ruach HaKodesh, you are not going to be able to discern. We talked about discernment last week and the week before that on the show, because there are people that was hand clapping, happy that it was happening, to the person that put the images up was like, y'all, this is fake. And they were so disappointed. And then a lot of them that was getting angry that it was happening was relieved. Look what this is stirring up. That's all. I just wanted to add that when I seen those images,
brother, you good. That's my first time seeing the images today when I ran the video, and I said I had to show this because we talked about deep fake real lightly one time on the show, and we really need to get back to it. Deep fake is actually a wartime weapon, man. It's a technology weapon that they're going to use. And while the video was running, I was telling Gabe, man, it is dangerous what they're going to be able to do with that deep fake. Look, Bible tells us that the dragon was wroth with the woman, and he went to make war with the remnant of her seed. And Matthew 24 tells us that we're going to be persecuted for our name's sake. You got to understand that y'all not just sure what Ayob just said. He said that the people was clapping when they were seeing those images because they thought that they was real. And then got upset when they realized that they wasn't.
Crazy.
We are going to circulating in the news, people. And when I say we, I don't necessarily mean me, Ayob, and the people that's here. I'm talking about us as Hebrews, us as black people. They're going to be circulating. Why do you think that they've been having all of these games on your cell phones, asking you to see what you look like 20 years from now? They stealing your images. These filters that's all on the phones, they stealing your images. All they need is an image, and everybody be buying into it. They'll do it, and then they'll post it up on the social media site that they own. You know what I'm saying? And they even got their kids. They even got these filters on their kids. They're stealing your images. One of these days, you're going to be sitting up in a house. You're going to be with your family. You're going to see yourself on the news. You done robbed a bank, or you done did a mass shooting. And you like, wait a minute. And they going to be knocking at your door. And you know what people been saying throughout the years? Their images don't lie. But guess what? They lie now.
I know. I mean, those images they had, not only did they have Donald Trump getting tackled by authorities, but they had his wife and his children protesting from the side, and the aerial shot had the buildings on fire, like an apocalyptic image.
Exactly.
So what are they preparing for?
What are they preparing for? This is what you got to ask yourself. It's like Yasha said in Matthew 24, the very first thing he said was, be not deceived. That was the first thing that he said, be not deceived. And they've been talking about asteroids hitting the planets. They talking about UFOs. They done started another branch of the military called the space, whatever it's called right now. And like Ayob said, we have got to have the Ruach Kodash in our life, because they're going to be showing things and we're going to be seeing things that are not real. And we're going to swear that they're real.
Right.
Until my dying breath, nobody is going to ever make me believe that planes hit those buildings in New York on 9/11. I will say that until I'm blue in the face. Because there is another war tactic that they got that's called blue beam. Blue beam is holograms, and it also comes with sound. I done seen a whole whale jump up out of the floor of a gym and scare every kid that was in the gym. You are not going to make me believe that a plane hit those buildings, because if a plane hit it, where's the other half of the plane? It hit it and then it just imploded. But we talking about a big old airline carrier. People, you see what I'm saying? Nah, you ain't got to. Yeah.
I mean, it's, and once again, the second coming, the rapture, all of that.
All of this.
I mean, just think if they so-called, say for instance, they, just like you saw those images, if they start flashing images of UFOs hovering, 13 UFOs hovering across the world over 13 major cities, then show another image of the statue that got hit by lightning in Brazil, the Christ Redeemer statue. If they show an image of that gone and say that statue is, show another image of that statue walking through the street somewhere, bruh, people will lose their mind thinking this is it. This is the end. And it'll all be fake.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
Right. And it'll all be fake, but you are not going to be able to convince people that it's fake, though. And that's the danger of it. That's the danger of it. And now I'm gonna go back to something that you always say, Ayob. You say that they always show their hand. That's what you say. You say they always. And so them running these deep fake videos of Trump him getting dragged out the jail, that goes to show you that all of this here is a for real reality TV show being played out with him, with all of this, with Stormy Daniels. They showing their hands. So you got to ask yourself, what are they distracting us from? Well, more banks been collapsing, people.
More, yep.
They don't want you to. This is stuff that can cause riots for real. The people knew that their monies was coming not safe. California is being flooded by biblical terms, man. A plague.
112 feet inches of rain.
Yeah.
And that's unheard of.
Unheard of. In a tornado in LA.
Not just California.
They don't want to talk about that. LA.
Nothing about it.
LA been under snow.
Right.
Under snow. Now when this snow melt,
that's
a whole nother problem.
Along with the rain.
You done had 3 mass shootings. They don't want to talk about this. So it's easier to keep you and to keep people off guard. To keep people off guard by doing what? Talking about Donald Trump.
Right. That's all you've been hearing in the news.
That's all you've been hearing in the news. And it makes for a great story. And this is the problem with us not being able to look outside of our borders. By us not looking outside of our borders.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And like you said, like you mentioned before, Matthew 24, when the Talmudim, when the disciples asked Mashiach, and was like, Mashiach, what the temperature gonna be like when that time comes? Like, what the temperature gonna be? And he, like you said, the very first thing he said, make sure you are not
be not deceived. Be not ye deceived.
It's gonna be real. High. It's gonna be real. And the temperature about to change, folks. That's all you've been hearing is Donald Trump. Will he be indicted? Will he be arrested?
Did you find
Is he
it?
gonna still run? Man,
check this out. Our brand new production manager found something.
Hey, getting it in.
People.
Bro, that's
that is Operation Blue Beam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Project Blue Beam. Folks.
Operation.
Woo. That is.
Yeah, it really is, man. And I, America, man, and we so far behind on everything, man. We are no longer the king of the hill, and Putin is beginning to expose it. And oh yeah, I forgot. They love to keep you blinded to the fact that China and Russia are making pacts together.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
They've been making strides for the past week.
Yes.
They've been I seen a video yesterday that Xi Jinping and Putin shaking hands and saying that they got each other back. Don't worry about it. We good.
Right. We good. Now I'm gonna drop something on the people before we go to our music break. I was talking to my wife about this. I said, America has been protected all of this time because we are here, the children of Israel. The Most High has been keeping, because he said in his word, he said, yeah, I done turned you over to the other nations. He said, but I'm going to be like a little covering over you still. So even though he turned us over, he has not forgotten us. America has been protected all of this time because the children of Israel are here. Can't do nothing to this place until the Most High say so. But this is the same reason that all the other nations hate America so much. Is because the children of Israel is here.
Come on.
This is a war of the gods. The dragon. We cannot forget the dragon. If the kings and the emperors forget that the children of Israel hear the dragon will never forget, and he'll always raise that spirit up in them. He will always raise that spirit up in them. This place got a target on it. You know what we used to say when we was younger? Boy, that's a mark right there. Remember we used to say that? That's a mark right there. Mark is a mark. And we the reason it's a mark.
Right. And
we the reason that it's a mark.
We the reason. And X marks the spot. And you remember a few years back where the eclipse, where the sun and the moon, it started in Seattle and made its way all the way across the United States. So in 2024, next year, that same eclipse is going to happen, but it's going to go the opposite way.
Opposite direction.
X, in opposite direction. Now,
right.
Here's the caveat that right now, and maybe I'll share it one day, but I have the paper where on NASA's website, the same exact eclipse happened 40 days in 1619 in July. We were taking August 20th, 1619. The very same eclipse went across from West Africa to the Congo, an eclipse. It's on NASA's website, but they don't talk about it because, like you just said, that's a mark for the Most High said, I'm just marking where my children were taken from to where they are now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
So this place is gonna get it. It's gonna be epic too when they get it, people. This place is going to get it. He's going to rain a recompense upon their heads. But with that being said, man, do not pay attention to this clown show with Donald Trump, because that's all it is. It's just a distraction to keep you from not focusing on the prophecies that are being unfolded right before our eyes. And these prophecies are unfolded so much to the point that people who don't even believe in the truth are seeing it. People who don't even believe in the truth is seeing it. Let's get our next song break in, Gabe, and let's get the critical race theory after that.
Yeah.
Don't you ignore me, I'm trying to warn you. You think you listen with all we've been through. Don't you ignore me, I'm trying to warn you. I know the end and what happens to you. Every time I call on the Sabbath day, you be like I'm there, I'll be on my way. But you never come, you be playing games, trying to save your soul, but you think I'm lame. When you hit the club, you will call my phone, try to reel me in to that land of sin. But you so enslaved to the phone, you be swearing you gon' give it up. Oh man, you always in the club, trying to find a woman you can. You would think that this gets old, you can't seem to give it up. I ain't gon' stress about it no more. You don't wanna hear, then you hit the door. You gon' play this game, then you gon' learn. You gon' play this game, then you gon' burn. Don't you ignore me, I'm trying to warn you. You think you listen with all we've been through. Don't you ignore me, I'm trying to warn you. I know the end and what happens to you.
Thank God that I woke up in this truth, and I don't understand what's wrong with you. See, even if I backslide, I will fall, then I slide back. Never join with Esau like that. Knowing I'm a chosen one, always knew that I would be someone. You've been marked by an Israelite, and you're charged to shine your light. Looking at your situation, don't know what you're waiting on. Even if you see him crack the sky, you're not keeping his laws, we're gonna die. That's not ignorant, that's stupid, yeah. Because I kinda death lasts forever.
Yeah, you be trying to have them carnal talks. I ain't trying to hear it, not at all. I can't talk about nothing but scriptures, dog. Precept, precept, precept in my thoughts. Try my hardest, I can't turn it off.
I'm just trying to pull you out the dark. Satan use you as an instrument, but I won't let it phase my countenance. Swerving through the fakes every single day. Temptation comes, God gon' make a way. I gave up my friends and my family. On the Sabbath, mom, don't be calling me. Christ gave the call, I was hearkening. Found out the world, it was not for me. Found out the world, it was not for me. Found out these laws, now I'm truly free. Don't you ignore me, I'm trying to warn you. You think you listen with all we've been through. Don't you ignore me, I'm trying to warn you. I know the end and what happens to you. Gonna die if you don't repent in a lake of fire. That's for your sins. I only tell the truth because I know the truth. If I didn't know the truth, I would be quiet. In the kingdom of the Black Christ, the King, there will be no more places for lies. If I didn't know the truth, I would not tell the truth. But you think this is a game? In the end of days, when Jesus comes to save you, will look at my salvation strange.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I love most about this show, about our show, man?
What's that?
Is our educated people that watch it, man. We got some of the most man. I love that, dude.
Yeah, man,
I love that, man.
Yep, they stay on it. They sharp. And y'all keep doing what you're doing.
We have a very bright, exactly, dude. And it's a beautiful thing because I know just about all of us can agree to this. When you come into this truth, you almost feel like a loner.
Absolutely.
You almost feel like a loner when you come into this truth, you know. And you know, it's a beautiful thing. For me, it's always refreshing when I meet somebody who I can actually talk to and relate to, because, you know, conversations done changed so much. Where I used to talk about, you know, strips and women and cars and stuff like that, you know, those are not my interest anymore. And it's a beautiful thing when I do run across somebody who actually knows something other than that. And to see this many people on the show who, I mean, they calling out names, brother. You know, the creator of the Blue Beam. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too many people walking around here know about Blue Beam.
Right. The average person,
let alone know who created it.
Right. You ask somebody in the gas station or a grocery store, they'll look at you like you crazy. They're like, I don't even know what that is.
Right. And then they'll walk off and go home and say, some old crazy nigga asked me about some blue beam, or you know what I'm saying?
Right. But then and on top of that, asking that crazy question. Somebody at the store asking me something crazy about something. You got whales jumping out of gymnasium floors.
You see what I'm saying? Polar bears at the mall.
Right. Walking through the mall. Just polar bear chilling.
Right.
That's how far gone we are, man. That's how far disconnected we are, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, we are very disconnected, man, and they're trying their best to keep us even more disconnected. And look, I'm a sports head. You know, anybody that know me, I love my sports, man. But it's a beautiful thing for me that I can now watch my sports, and that's all I do now. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose, I don't care. I'm asleep the same. If I catch it, I catch it. If I don't catch it, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? There used to be a time, man, where my whole Monday football, Cowboys lose, man, my whole Monday was thrown off. I would throw it off to next week, and we better win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All praise to the Most High. I'm out of
that. Yeah, all praise to the Most. Exactly, man. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this beyond critical race theory.
Oh, man. We got a doozy for you today. We got a doozy for you today, man. So Missouri, the state of Missouri is on deck. Y'all can come on down to the front. Your behind is on trial. Y'all get the Mr. Ed of the week. So before we go into,
because they done been here before.
Hey, Missouri, y'all got a lot of recompense. So before we go into this Beyond Critical Race Theory, I've never heard of this young man, and what happened to him is very unfortunate. Lloyd Gaines was believed to be killed after winning a Missouri desegregation case. So check this out. Before we dive into that, we're going to get into something we've talked about before. I want to set the precedent and the foundation and the groundwork for having Missouri on trial. We talked about the Dred Scott decision of 1857. So the Dred Scott decision was the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling on March 6, 1857, that having lived in a free state and territory did not entitle an enslaved person, Dred Scott, to his freedom. In essence, the decision argued that as someone's property, Scott was not a citizen and could not sue in a federal court. So once again, now they did go back and let's see here. In 1868, the 14th Amendment overturned the Dred Scott decision by granting citizenship to all those born in the United States, regardless of color.
14th Amendment.
Right. But the judge of that trial left it up to the states to decide. Right. They was like, if you, whatever state is in, if you say you free and you get captured, you can sue. But according to that state's laws regarding slavery, it's up to them. But the 14th Amendment as a whole did clear us as being citizens and not property. So we've talked about it before, but I wanted to reiterate that and actually read the decision that they look at us as property still. So check this out. Lloyd Gaines, believed to be killed after winning Missouri desegregation case. Now listen to this. On March 19th, 1939, just months after he prevailed in a lawsuit to force the University of Missouri to accept him to its all-white law school, a young black man named Lloyd Gaines went missing and was never heard from again. I have never heard about this. Check this out. Now check these credentials. This brother was bad. After graduating from the historically black Lincoln University in 1935, Lloyd Gaines applied for admission to the segregated University of Missouri School of Law, the only law school in the state of Missouri. In March 1936, the school notified Mr. Gaines that his application had been rejected and instead offered to subsidize his tuition elsewhere at a historically black law school or non-segregated law school in another state. So it was like, we're going to reject your application, but we actually going to give you money to go to another law school in another state. We don't want you here.
Right.
Now, with the NAACP's support, Mr. Gaines rejected the offer and sued the University of Missouri to challenge its policy that barred him from attending law school in his home state merely because of his race. Mr. Gaines lost in the state courts and appealed his case to the U.S. Supreme Court, where he won the case in December 1938. As a result, the University of Missouri was ordered to accept Mr. Gaines to his law school or create an in-state law school for African Americans. So this dude did a number on him, bro. You know, they had to be upset that this was going on like this. So check this out. The Missouri legislature responded by hastily establishing a separate, unequal law school for African Americans that the NAACP insisted it did not comply with the court's decision. However, when the NAACP was preparing to file another legal challenge, it learned that Mr. Gaines was missing. A housekeeper at his residence in Chicago reported that last seen him on March 19th, 1939. Without a plaintiff, the desegregation lawsuit against the University of Missouri was dismissed. It would be another decade before the school would admit its first African American student. Family members suspected that Mr. Gaines was abducted and murdered for his activism, while state officials claimed he fled and assumed another identity in response to the threats against him and his loved ones. To this day, Mr. Gaines' fate is unknown.
Wow. You said 1939?
1939, bro. And this dude, and what I was saying, he had went to Lincoln University, and there were two more schools that he graduated from law from.
Right.
And the other day we was having a conversation about the playing field being leveled.
Right.
They was like, you done graduated from 3 schools and you want to come here? Oh, you just want to come here to show off and to show us out. And they know that's what was going to happen without him even trying to do it. They was like, this dude is going to blindfold and with his hands tied run circles around us. We can't have that. So Missouri, someone got some splaining to do for real. Because with that Dred Scott decision and then something like that, man,
that's crazy, man. That's
crazy, bro.
It's crazy, man, how we got to fight so hard. We have to fight so hard just to survive.
Just to survive. This man just
our greatness and our greatness is a danger to us.
That's the first thing I thought.
But the thing of it is that we don't have we have no control over our greatness. We are.
Right.
Because of who we belong to. And that's not us popping our collars or anything like that. You know, when Marcus Garvey was trying to get all us together to get up out of here, the white people had a fit. You know why? Because they knew that they couldn't survive without us. They knew that there, man.
All of that. That's it.
Infrastructure wise, they wouldn't be able to survive without us.
Right.
You know, I mean, dude, we are for real the salt of the earth, right? So now you got this new generation of white people, and I done heard them say we would have figured it out. No, you wouldn't, because you didn't. You didn't. Right. When you had a chance to, you didn't figure it out, and you wouldn't have figured it out. Hear this guy here, man, and you are absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head, Ayo, when you said one of the main reasons they didn't want him to come to that school is because he was going to be better.
Right, there you go.
Than all of them white people. They were going to be big mad. I'm an electrician by trade, right? And the unions that strong down south as they are up north. Unions are big up north, man. And I didn't just learn. I've been knowing for a while now, but I learned why unions are so big up north. Unions came about during the time we were freed from slavery. And they'll never tell you, but when they enslaved us, they enslaved electricians, they enslaved plumbers, they enslaved carpenters. They enslaved skilled workers. That's what they did. So when they released us out of slavery, we started moving north. The white boys got scared. The white electricians got scared. The white plumbers got scared. The white sheetrockers got scared. They like, man, them niggas finna to come up here and they gonna take all our jobs away from us. So what did they do to make sure that they kept their jobs? They formed unions. That's where unions came from.
Yep. And they also
to make
know,
sure.
No, I was just gonna say they also know that we would have worked for less labor that they was getting paid for. And a lot of those, that's what happened. If y'all go to Rhode Island, Boston, up in Brooklyn, Detroit, when you see a lot of those buildings, some of those areas that ain't never recovered, burnt down, a lot of those riots was the Europeans from England that had come over here that was making pretty good money when slavery ended and we started moving up there. Riots started because they thought, like she said, we was gonna take them jobs, the skill jobs, and do it for a lot less money, do a lot better work, and come out on top.
And come out on top. And that is exactly what happened, man. And so this brother here, man, you know that story. And you know what's sad about your critical race theories is that the stories that you give are always stories of the past. But they're always stories that mirror today.
And that's the purpose for doing them. Because it's like every story I read, as I'm reading it, when I'm researching, I'm like, man, this sounds like something that just happened. Somebody was involved in one of us was.
Come on now, sister.
Yeah, my wife. The word called it a slave trade. It wasn't a slave trade that made us slaves. It was a trade of the Most High's children. We were and still are planners, builders, nurses, healers, and more. Come on, that's facts. Like she was saying, that's what it is.
Facts, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what exactly what it is. Race theories, man. When I'm reading them, that's what I think about, bro.
Right. Yup. It'd be the exact same, because what happened to him almost is the same thing that happened to the brother in Mississippi. You know, they just happened, you know, I mean, you gonna tell me that you're not gonna file an investigation, you're not gonna conduct an investigation. This brother was decapitated. What animal do you know decapitate people? Even when they, you know what I'm saying, attack them. This brother was decapitated. His vertebrae and his spine
was gone. What did they say? There was no violence detected or something like that?
What? Yeah, no foul play.
Foul play?
Yeah, no foul play. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. The same, I'm gonna go. The same spirit that killed Mr. Lloyd is the same spirit that killed this brother here.
It's a ruach, bro. It's a spirit.
It's a ruach.
That's it.
It's a ruach. The exact same spirit, man. Yeah, man. We appreciate that critical race theory, brother. They always be bangers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they always be banger. Flag on the play, foul for real.
Foul play.
For real. Yup, con. Exactly. The spirit is the foul play. Exactly. Let's get this last music break in. Let's get our last topic in. And we got our buy or sell. We're going to be wrapping it up tonight, y'all. We're going to be wrapping it up. What we got, Gabe?
I gotta stay on my 2 Corinthians 13:5. I gotta stay on my 2 Corinthians 13:5. Everybody say that they can't wait. But would you be ready if he came back today? You better take advantage of this grace and check your spirit before it's too late. And I examine myself every day, and I examine myself. Am I in the faith? I don't wanna be reprobate. I don't wanna be reprobate. Prove your own self. Don't you know your own self? To gain eternal existence, you gotta be consistent in keeping the laws of discipline from the scriptures, and check your spirit. Be diligent, never fear it. The fire will make you pure. Be a doer, not just a hearer, living in this critical era. Straight from the laws, and that's a suicidal error. Get get your mind right before the hour of terror. Procrastinate and be destroyed in your security. To save your life, you need to eat eggs in Miami. Sometimes I try to justify my sins, but no excuses will be heard in the end. Sometimes I try to justify my sin, but no excuses will be heard in the end. So I examine myself every day, and I examine myself. Am I in the faith? I don't wanna be reprobate. I don't wanna be reprobate. Prove your own self. Don't you know your own self?
I know, right? I know, right? Man, another joy of mine with doing this show is all of the new people that I be finding. And I be so absent-minded, I don't be writing these people down. And 3 days later, I done forgot who they is. So I created me a folder. Now I'm keeping everybody together. Yeah, man.
Because, man, there's a lot of Israelite artists that's out here that's fire. But like we were saying earlier, you don't hear about it because people don't share. Like they don't.
Yeah. It's terrible, man. You know, the spirit that we have when it comes to our own people. I'm gonna tell you something. This sure I think will make for a great conversation one day. And I think I may hint to it one time before. As a nation, we need to stop calling ourselves a nation right now. We just a collectively group of people who know that we Hebrew. That's what we are, because a nation can self-sustain. Right. We can't self-sustain. Right now, man, there is enough division amongst us to where we would fight each other. A war would break out amongst us as Hebrews, as so proclaimed Hebrews. That's why I like that song. Box is and the Lord. Yeah, put them in a box. Yeah, because I was one of those. I'm a higher dude, you know, and my family is a higher. And I remember when we came across that name, I was teaching in a way that if you say anything else, you know what I'm saying? You know, we got to light them up with the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was teaching. And I give all praises to the Most High for giving me a different ruach. And what's crazy is that this ruach just started coming around. This is how I know that the ruach is real too, Ayob. Because when he was giving it to me, I hadn't heard nobody else talking about, you know what I'm saying, or nothing. You just start seeing it, and you start seeing people coming around with the same ruach. Look, we got to stop arguing about this little minuscule stuff.
Right.
Because to be a nation, we got to be in the same car, that one accord. You understand what I'm saying? We have got to be, all right?
Yep.
Because this is the thing, man. I am, that is a higher. Lord is Yahuwah. When we get an understanding and we can come together, now we can start functioning together. Now we can start worrying about, okay, Ayo, they need help. Well, we got enough over here that we can help.
Right.
So yeah, they need help, but we got enough over here we can help.
Right.
How come we don't have funds? You see what I'm saying? As a nation, we got to be able to have funds to be able to move and build, man.
That's right.
We are not a nation right now. We just a group of people who say that we Hebrews, who know that we Hebrew, that know that we are the seed of Jacob. And this is why them folks not worried about us right now. Because if we was a for real nation, man, they have boots on the ground right now.
Right.
Because we wouldn't need them.
Right. We should be able to, like you said, with resources, we should be able to right now, all different tribes as a nation come together and have a 3-4 day weekend where we invite everybody to come out here, music, Hebrew artists, and mores and teachers speak from Friday to Sunday night. But you know how many people would be in the truth? There would be mass deliverance going forth. It would be just an amazing weekend. But like you said, we all have to be in the same car to even be on one accord to even have something like that.
To have something like that, man. And the monies that we raising in events like that is going to our accounts for us as our people. You see what I'm saying? We don't need your food stamps. We don't need your unemployment. We don't need your schools. We don't need you see what we got our schools. We got our doctors, our holistic doctors. We got our own. When my kids need to be kept, I can take them to my Hebrew brother and sister. You see, we got our. Right. That's a nation.
That's a nation. And like I said, did you see the impact that would have if there was a 3-day concert with holistic doctors and therapists speaking and Hebrew artists and lawyers and doctors speaking? And that would be live streamed where we had vendors and our own food.
Bruh.
You know how that would impact the world? That would change in 3 days.
In 3 days.
The world. That would change the world. But
exactly. Yeah. You know, we like for real, man. We got 2 major camps. IUIC and GOCC. Why do we have 2 big old camps like that, man? And we all Hebrews.
Right.
And we all Hebrews.
Man. It's a
you know, I can go on forever on this, man. But look, man, we have got to do better. I understand why there's only going to be a remnant. I get it. When I look at how we function, I get it.
Yep. I see it every day.
Why there's only going to be a remnant, man. But let's get into the war amongst the gods. Ooh. I made mention of it earlier when I was saying that when the Most High was dealing with Pharaoh, he was not dealing with that man, with that body, you know. He was dealing with the spirit that was ruling Pharaoh. Right. You can go check that out in Jubilees chapter 48 as well. I'm going to get into that scripture. So when he delivered us out of captivity, while we looking at presidents and looking at diplomats and people like that, Most High ain't looking at that. Right. They not the ones that got us in bondage. God's got us in bondage. Spirits got us in bondage. I was thinking about it today. I was like, it's so hard for people to worship the Most High. And the answer was, Ayob, is because people of this world love the spirit of this world more than they love the Most High.
Yep, I agree.
They love the spirit of this world, man, more than they love the Most High. And that's why James told us what? Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Because the love of the world, lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. And as much as they want to love the Most High, it's the entertainment and the enjoyment and the fulfillment that this world give them. And they actually love that because they can see that, they can smell that, they can taste that, they can feel that. Not knowing that it's a whole spiritual world out here right now, whatever room that you in, it's bad ruachs in the room, good ruachs in the room. Right now as we speak. Wanting to kill us.
Yep.
wanting to kill us. So we are on the brink. One of the things in Matthew 24 was wars and rumors of wars. We've been hearing about wars and rumors of wars for years, but we are now hearing things that in my lifetime never heard of before, right? And these leaders at a pace that is so fast. I had not heard of Poseidon missile until a few days ago, and I shot it at Ayob. And from my understanding, I don't think that he had heard of it either. Now, Poseidon is a fish god. Am I correct? That's the god of the waters.
It was a Greek
god of the
god.
sea.
Yep.
A Greek god, right? The god of the sea. And so Russia has come up with this missile, and they named it Poseidon. Give you a little visual of Poseidon. Go ahead and roll the video.
Tarmac nuclear missiles. Russian state media have urged Vladimir Putin to use his underwater missile to wipe out the UK with a nuclear tsunami if NATO forces set foot on Ukraine, the Daily Mail newspaper reported. Retired Lieutenant General Yevgeny Buzinski has called for attacks on the UK with a Poseidon submarine missile that he says will send a tidal wave over 300 meters high. According to Buzinski, the United Kingdom definitely will not if Russia unleashes its missile wrath on it. The Russian general also threatened Britain with a Sarmat-2 intercontinental ballistic missile. Commenting on the warnings from Moscow, the London-based publication points out that this is the result of strong British support for Ukraine, which became the first NATO country to announce that it will send 14 next-generation Challenger 2 battle tanks to the war-torn country. Recently, the strategic nuclear bomber B-52 of the US Air Force went to the line of a volley of cruise missiles at the Baltic Fleet, as well as military facilities in St. Petersburg and the Leningrad region. This brazen and dangerous prank will surely provoke a response from Russia, international researcher Georgi Riper noted earlier. Finnish Defense Minister Antti Kaikkonen described the flight of the US Air Force B-52 bomber over the Gulf of Finland as a strategic deterrent. The B-52 took off from Poland toward the Gulf of Finland on March the 11th, turning around in front of the Russian island of Hogland.
Wow.
Them old dumb people pushing buttons. America's stupid.
Man. Crazy. 300 meters? That's 985 feet, y'all. That's almost 1,000 feet high of a wave tsunami.
Of a wave, a tsunami, a radioactive tsunami. That's what was throwing me off. I mean, a tsunami by itself is crazy, but you said a radioactive tsunami. The reason why I said war amongst the gods is, like me and Gabe was talking about doing a video. I said the first thing came to my mind when I was reading about this thing was, how in the world are they making stuff like this?
Right.
Enoch is such a beautiful book, man, because as the Rock Our Boss said, all your answers are in the book. You just got to pick it up and read it, talking about our word.
Right.
It would be the way that I think I would be asking that question if I had read Enoch. Like, how are they doing this? Like, where are they getting it? How are they coming up with the technology to do this? But because of Enoch, I know that they dealing with fallen angels, man.
Yep.
They dealing with fallen angels who want to take over the world. Pinky and the Brain, a simple cartoon, but how many people really listen to the message of Pinky and the Brain?
Yep. Every show he wanted to conquer the world. Every episode.
He want to conquer the world.
Yeah.
So I call this the war amongst God. I got a few scriptures that I want to go through, man, and we're going to get into it, Ayo. And the first one is coming out of 1 Kings 22 and 19. And this is when Jehoshaphat, who was the king of Judah, he went down south to Israel to deal with Ahab. And Ahab had started getting beside himself and he want to go fight Syria. He said, you know, we're going to take Syria. And he asked Jehoshaphat, hey, will you come roll with me? Jehoshaphat, yeah, I'll roll with you. He said, but hold up. Do you have any prophets that could tell us that we need to go do this here or not? And he said, yeah. He said, I got some prophets. And he called his prophets up in there, about 400 of them. Hey, can we go down there and take over Syria? All 400 of them say, yeah, you can do it. The Lord is going to be with you. Jehoshaphat looking, he's like, wait a minute, hold up. He say, do we not have a prophet of the Most High that can do it? Because all those 400, those your yes men, they going to say whatever it is that you want them to say. We need a real prophet up in this joint, right? He said, yeah, there is a prophet. Now listen, and this is how man think for real. He said, yeah, there is a prophet. He said, but I don't like him. Jehoshaphat, like, why don't you like him? He said, because he never prophesied good about me. So what you don't like is that he tell the truth. That's what you don't like. You don't like the fact that he tell you the truth, really, right? So this is what the scriptures say, man. 1 Kings 22:19, it says, and he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Most High. I saw the Most High sitting on his throne and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right and on his left. And the Most High said, who shall persuade Ahab he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner and another said on that. And there came forth a spirit. Y'all see that?
Come on.
There came forth a spirit, and the Most High said, I will persuade him.
Come on, man. Come on now.
We not dealing with Donald Trump. We not dealing with Joe Biden. We not dealing with Putin. We not dealing with Z. We not dealing with none of these people. We are dealing with Ruach's people. Revelation 16:13 says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon and out of the mouth of the beast and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are spirits of devils working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth and the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty. Now, when these kings decide to go to the valley of they not going on their own recognizance. The spirits are leading them there. That's what the scripture just said.
Come on. Come on, man.
The spirits are going to lead them to the battle of Jehoshaphat to fight our power. This is how we going to get liberated up out of this joint. Biden ain't got us hostage. Whatever God that's running America got us hostage.
Come on. And the Most High is allowing it for the setup.
And he is allowing it. Exactly.
He's allowing it.
Now check this out in Jubilees 48:12-13. It says, notwithstanding all these signs and wonders, Prince Sima was not put to shame because he took courage and cried to the Egyptians to pursue after thee with all the powers of the Egyptians, with their chariots, with their horses, and with all the host of the people of Egypt. After Pharaoh said, man, y'all get up out of here and take everything with you, Mastema came right back to Pharaoh and whispered in his ear and said, man, what did you just do? Go get them people. And Pharaoh loaded up all of his chariots and got all of the people that was left to come chase us so that they can die in the sea. That's 3 witnesses telling you that when the Most High come fight for us, he ain't dealing with no men. He dealing with spirits. And what do Paul tell us? That our warfare is not against flesh and blood. It's not against flesh and blood.
High places.
So the point of what it is that I'm talking here, Ayob, is that we've been hearing these folks talk about blowing up continents forever. One of these days, it's not going to be an idle threat.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen out. And the fact that this missile is named Poseidon after one of the
this
Greek
missile.
gods.
I like the way they say that. Missile.
Right, missile. You heard him in the video. Listen, you don't talk about taking out a whole country, UK,
right,
and just that's just an idle threat, like you said. At some point, but see, at some point we got to understand that idle threat will be action. But you seen what was going on in the classrooms across the world? They taking out guns and over here,
we the only ones. We the only ones that's you know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's unprepared.
Unprepared.
We the only ones that's unprepared. We still worrying about. And when I say stuff like this, people don't get my words construed, right? Because we have to eat. Money is a defense. But we the only ones who is more concerned about getting more money than our salvation. It's the point that I'm making.
Come on now. This is good.
We the only ones that's still chasing a bag when it's a storm coming, man. I live on the coast, and every summer, and I'm not from Houston. I'm from North Texas, long way from the water. Every summer I get nervous. And I tell my family, they be laughing at me, boy, but I be serious. Every summer I get nervous.
Right.
Why? Because of hurricanes. Dude, I ain't equipped for that. Right. And I told him, I say, look, when I'm watching this news, and I said, and this weatherman say her, I said, boy, I'm already on 45 going north. Before they say Kane, I am out of Harris County already. You understand me? I'm not gonna play. But the point of what I'm making is that they are predicting that a storm is coming. So now you got a choice. What you gonna do? Are you gonna try to ride it out? What a lot of people do, seasoned hurricane people do. Are you gonna ride it out, or are you gonna leave? There's only two options here, man. The storm is coming. You can either prepare yourself or get ready to get hit.
That's it.
I don't want to get hit, man. I'm scared of the Most High, dude.
I fear, right?
I fear him.
Right. Yes, sir. Yep. And when he get to rocking and rolling, listen, he gonna say, everybody, y'all had enough time. You've been Noah preached that thing for what, 120 years? They was clowning him and everything till that raindrop started hitting them foreheads. Then they knew, okay.
And it was too late. You know what was crazy about that? Yo, it had never rained either.
It had never rained. Rain never fell out the sky. It
Can you imagine what was going on in their head?
When that raindrop hit, you know how you think, oh, I'm about to go get this stuff for the cookout later. It looks sunny outside. Then as soon as you get to the store, that raindrop hits in the forehead, you be like, what in the world? That's exactly the thought that they was like, wait a minute. This old man, did somebody gleek on me? Help me, please, help me.
Did you just spit on me?
Nah, man. I gleeked on you the other day, but I ain't gleeked on you this time.
Right?
You remember gleek?
You did water falling out the sky.
Bruh, I could not imagine. And then guess here's the thing. Like you said, could you imagine that water falling out of the sky? Just imagine about an hour later.
Yes.
Bruh.
Yes.
I know they was literally pulling their hair out.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, what are we gonna do?
What in the world is going on?
What is going on?
And that's what's crazy. Gonna be the difference? What's gonna tell me what's gonna be the difference? In our time, when the missiles start flying, man, they gonna do it. It's gonna eventually happen.
Right. They said Poseidon will take out all of Great Britain, y'all. Do y'all understand that? And this is not what it said. This is for preparation and to know.
Right.
We know that the prophecy is coming true. But what they are planning, they said that 1,000 foot wave tsunami, once it recedes, the radioactive things and the chemicals stay there, whatever the water touched. That means if you did, like Cher said, if you did ride it out, now you got to think about radioactive things setting in, sickness. Y'all, this is real.
Dr. Rod Thornton, which is a security expert at King's College in London, he says that if the Poseidon explodes just off the coast of southeast England, thousands of people along the coast could be killed from the nuclear explosion itself. He explains that the tidal wave would be bigger if Poseidon was launched in deeper water. Thornton also said that if Russia launched Poseidon from a submarine in the middle of the North Sea, it would create a fairly small tsunami. But the wave, if it swamps London, would kill everyone there. It would wipe out the city, Thornton said, and the same wave might kill everyone in all channel ports in the UK and France, and maybe even as far as Rotterdam. Now, this is the thing. It has been rumored that Poseidons have been sitting on the east coast of America, also on the west coast of America, as well as off the coast of Great Britain. Now, Putin said, you ain't got to worry about this if you hold your UN people back.
Right.
Let family affair be family affair. And this is one of the reasons so many nations are upset with America, is because America be putting their nose in business that they ain't got no business. Exactly.
Business.
Let family affair be family affair, because what Putin know and what our other leaders know is that Ukrainians ain't nothing but Russians anyway.
That's all it is.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is a genocide. Because look, it's gonna benefit all of the European nations and America too when they run them Ukrainians off that land, because all they gonna do is get those fake Jews in Israel and move them over there. Mark what I say.
That's what it's all about. Wanting to move to that land.
They gonna move them right back. Exactly.
2014 was too early when they knocked Vladimir Putin's jet out of the sky.
Right.
Thought he was on another jet and they knocked it out of the sky. It was too early then about the whole Ukraine stuff. Now that love is waxed cold and iniquity is abound, like the words say, iniquity has come to the fore.
Right.
And harvest is plenty. It's right.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's all they doing. They making room for all of them heathens to come back on over there, man. And then you got America, you got Germany gonna be supplying warplanes to Ukraine. You poking the barrel. You got America flying they jets across over there, showing military, buffness. You poking the barrel. Now you tell me what man in his right mind would do stuff like that.
Right.
This is why this is a war amongst the gods. Lexington.
Ruach, spiritual.
Psalms 87. Let's get Psalms 87 right quick. I think I'm right. Just on this last one. I think I'm right. Psalms 87. Am I right? I might be wrong. If I am, I know how to find it. Psalms 87. Nah, yeah, I am wrong. Hold on. I get it.
Go ahead, up.
Sorry about this.
Go ahead, up.
We almost done, too.
Yeah.
Psalms 82. Psalms 82. 6 and 7. Most High say, I have said you are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but you shall die like what? You should die like men.
Men.
He ain't talking to no men. He talking to them fallens.
Come on, man.
He talking to them fallens that want to be worshipped like gods. And he telling them, look, why you think the humans needed Optimus Prime? Because humans can't fight Transformers. You see what I'm saying? What a human look like trying to fight Megatron, right? Great. Most High got to do this thing, man. This is the only way we're going to get our deliverance is by the work of the Most High. And this Poseidon, this is just the one telling us about, man.
Right. It's saying that.
Go ahead.
You
got something to say?
I'm just saying that missile they're talking about. I think it was the unstoppable 6,670 mile per hour hypersonic missile. Once it's released, Poseidon is a drone / missile. They say once it's released in the water,
exactly what it is.
Ain't nothing catching it. Can't nothing catch it from behind.
Ain't nothing catching it. Huh?
It's a drone, so it's almost like it's radio control. Ain't nothing catching it, y'all. Once they hit the button and release it, ain't nothing gonna be able to.
Ain't nothing. Just like what the Most High say when he let his bow go. Remember? He said once the bow is gone, can't nothing. Who gonna stop it and turn it back?
Right. So, woo. The Most High.
Who gonna stop it and turn it back?
Man.
Yes. Yeah. So our deliverance is coming, man. And the thing that get me, man, is when he said, I want to say it's in Jeremiah, when he said that our deliverance is gonna be so marvelous this time that it's gonna make you forget about what he did in Egypt. It's gonna make you forget about what he did in Egypt.
Y'all ain't gonna remember no more what happened in Egypt. It's spectacular.
It's gonna be more exactly. And the thing of it is, people don't listen to the language of Joel 3 and what we just read in Revelation 16. These kings and leaders are going to take themselves to their death, man.
Right.
They going to take themselves to their death, man, because they thinking, and go read 2 Esdras, I think it is 12 and 13. They going to be scared to fight, but yet they going to fight anyway. Why? It's a spirit upon them, man. It's going to cause them to do it. Wow. Yeah. You got anything else to add to that Poseidon missile, man? Go ahead and do it.
Man.
But yeah, that thing is going to be terrible.
Yeah. And the only thing I'll add to that is, once we were talking before about the whole Donald Trump distraction thing. And remember back in 2016, they were talking about the whole relationship between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. Well, the new caveat to this thing is that NATO has so-called issued a world warrant for Vladimir Putin.
I forgot about that. That was the other thing we had thought we was talking about.
Right.
Bringing out in tonight's show. A warrant by the international courts.
By the international courts for his arrest for his so-called war crimes.
War crimes. So, and what's crazy about the international courts is that America is not up under their jurisdiction.
You know why? You because like you said before, America, what you doing snooping in somebody's business? You want to talk about war crimes.
Right.
From 1619 to 1850 to now.
now.
Atrocities against humanity, man, there's some people y'all been treating harshly. So no wonder they're not a part of the courts, because they would have been had a warrant issued for them.
What's even crazy about the international court is that America is the one that runs the international courts.
But you're not subject, or you can't be subjugated to the processes of the American court.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
Let's talk about international court real soon, man. Real soon.
That's a lot of interesting things with that.
Let's get that. What we got, Gabe? I don't even know what we got. What we got? Buy, sell. Let's get this. What we got?
Yeah, sickens me. It sickens me because in this great country, this takes me back to a time where a white man would accuse a white woman would accuse a black man of something, and they would take a bunch of guys that were above the law run in the barn, put a rope around his foot and drag him through the mud and hang him by the tree. Not a thought about what would happen, not an investigation, not after repeated attempts of people trying to go and say, guys, here's what really happened. Here is what really happened. Here are witnesses that'll say this. Here's witnesses that'll say that. They said, we don't want to hear. We do not want to hear. How can I defend myself if I don't even know what I'm defending myself against? They asked me, they said, do you remember this girl you met in the lobby? I work and I live in hotels. I stay in hotels all year long from August to September. I meet people every day walking in and out of a lobby. I couldn't even tell you what she looked like. I don't know. I don't even know who I'm talking about. When I'm talking about, I'm supposed to do something. And this just blows my mind that in 2023, we still dragging and hanging brothers by a tree. That blows my mind that I have no opportunity to defend. I don't even know what I'm defending. And absolutely, to not listen to the court. Marriott is above the law because I still haven't seen this tape.
All right, so I was trying my best to set up and to shorten it, but everything that he was saying was needful. And I'm gonna tell you why this is the buy and sell. It was an article that was written that Michael Irvin needs a history lesson. And the name of the guy who wrote the article name was Mike Freeman. And I said to myself, this had to be a white boy that wrote this, right? So I go and Google Mike Freeman. Sure enough, it was a brother. And in this article, he was saying that Michael Irvin needs a lot of things, but the first thing he needs is a history lesson because he showed himself to be a fool because he don't even know his own history. And Michael Irvin is not no Emmett Till. I said, this dude has lost his mind. Now, you already know how I feel about it, right? You already know how I feel about it. He said that, that he's no Emmett Till. Well, first of all, he never said that he was Emmett Till, and he used what we all know is an analogy.
Right.
An analogy. And the analogy that he used is remind me of a time when a group of white men would come and tie a rope around your ankles and drag you through mud and hang you from a tree without any investigation.
Almost every critical race theory that we've done, every show.
Right.
We talked about that happened.
So my buy sell, which I done already messed up, y'all know where I'm at on it. You know what I'm saying? Do you buy sell it? Do Michael Irvin needs a history lesson, brother? Buy sell, man.
I think Michael Irvin is very well aware of the history. That's why he referenced to it. Right. And I believe that Michael Irvin is innocent. I've seen the tape. He didn't touch her. He didn't do none of that. But I believe that he doesn't need a history lesson because he's well aware. However, I do believe this is a wake-up call for him. That now he would be a little extra careful when he's speaking. A little extra careful of how many drinks you've had. Because in this situation, for what I understand, he was offered a drink from the people out there what the girl was. And he declined because he was like, I got to work in the morning. I got to be on air like early in the morning. So but thank you. Took a couple pictures, signed a couple autographs, and it was all good. Then all of a sudden, ESPN kicked him off the show for the Super Bowl. NFL Network kicked him off the show for the Super Bowl reporting. And you had this big old thing with Marriott lambasting him and just marring his name. So it does remind you of, like in the critical race theories. Oh, you don't want to buy this land? You don't want to sell this land to me? Oh, okay, so you were uppity Negro then. So we just going to come to get you and drag you on the rope through town and kill you and take your land. It's the same thing, just like with Emmett Till. Oh, he whistled at me. They did all they did to him. Now years later, the woman's still alive saying no, he didn't whistle.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I sail on the fact that he needs a history lesson. I very well believe that he's very well aware of our history.
Very well aware. Gabe, buy or sell. Michael Irvin need a history lesson, brother.
To be honest, I think I agree with Ayob. I think Michael Irvin knows what he's talking about, but I do want to state, if Michael Irvin was a white man, none of this would be a problem. This wouldn't be in the news. It wouldn't be talked about. It'd just be another everyday thing. But because Michael Irvin has this status, and on top of that he's a black man, it's become a problem. So the fact that, it happens all the time. It happens all the time with regular people, celebrities, it doesn't matter. The media is always trying to tear down the black image, and especially a black man. So I am in agreement. I think Michael Irvin is definitely knows what he's talking about.
Yep.
Already. Yep. So I got a little passionate about that one, man. I normally give mine on the last, but yeah, it's like, man, I think the whole time, dude, after I was reading the article, I was saying to myself, I wonder what white counterpart Mike Freeman, who was trying to impress when he wrote this. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't understand, how you not understand as a black man, how you don't understand what Michael Irvin was saying. Never did he mention that he was Emmett Till. You added to the story. You added that.
Right.
Where did you get that from? And see, and this is the thing with black people who live in that kind of a bubble. You will be reminded that you are just a nigga in this country at some point.
At some point.
You will be reminded. And great point, Gabe. If Michael Irvin was white, this wouldn't be a story. It almost seemed like a setup to me, because you called his place of employment, did not call the police. No criminal investigation. Right, you called his place of employment, and then they called him and took him off the job immediately.
He lost a lot of money. It's not
lost a lot of money. That's dragging through the mud.
Right there, you guys. That was my point. That's my point.
That's dragging through the mud. And if he never come back from this, that's a lynching.
That's a lynching. There you go.
If he never come back from this, that is a lynching. So yeah, it's been a great show tonight, man. I appreciate everybody hanging with us. Yeah. Oxify Shell, who had some business he had to take care of. We love you, brother. Be back next week. Next week, we gonna have Sister Shalom on the show.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Sister Shalom on the show. Look for that interview as well. My brother Ayob Ben Yahoo will be giving her an interview this week. It's going to be great. She hit us up on Facebook and said she can't wait for it. So it's going to be a great show next week. Sister Shalom got some really, really great music. I know this sister got a story to tell too. I can't wait for the interview. You got any closing remarks, Ayob?
Stay close to the Most High, fear Him. Stay close to Mashiach, yoked, ready with the Ruach HaKodesh. Law, statutes, and commandments. Always, always be beautiful. Stay beautiful, people.
Please stay beautiful, and we thank you so much. We thank y'all for being as smart as y'all are as well. And as Hamashiach said, be not deceived. We have got to keep our heads on the swivel and keep our eyes open and walk with the Most High and the Ruach as our guide. We got to. But with that being said, we're going to let Gabe take us up out of here. Shalom, fam. Shalom.
Hebrew hood music.
Yeah. If you see me on your block, just know he's there.
If it ain't up in that word, I don't even care.
You cannot just tell me anything. You cannot just tell me anything.
And I keep that chopper next to the Bible for the rivals with their eyes closed. They ain't got nothing to die for. I'm yelling.
You cannot just tell me anything. You cannot just tell me anything.
Go to hell to the fakers. All praise to my maker. Shout out to my Benjamites, all the woke up in Jamaica. Shout out to my Levites, all the woke up in Haiti. Yeah, we fighting Satan daily. Steady walking, never fainting. Was a fan of Marley cause the weed and truth. Opened the word and found out I'm a Jew. Started saying words like I can brew. Shabbat shalom and shalom too. It's starting to get cold. Where's your peacoat? When the season change, you gon' feel it. When the lights turn low, the trumpet starts to blow. Just know you about to get it. I get the truth, I learn it, then I give it. I'm your shy sidekick, call me Pippin. Killing this white Bronco, O.J. Simpson. Double-edged sword, how your head missing. Shotgun blast, how your heart and your teeth missing. How you gon' run from your shy with your feet missing? Me and my squad on the field doing flea flickers. Can't sneak this with your tongue and your teeth missing. Ha ha, da da. All praises to a higher. Thank you for guiding me through this fire, cause I could've been talking through that wire. Yeah, no switch over here, real Judah. No snitch over here, don't hit me up, I don't want your deal. Ain't nobody getting rich over here. If you see me on your block, just know he's there. If it ain't up in that word, I don't even care.
You cannot just tell me anything. You cannot just tell me anything.
And I keep that chopper next to the Bible for the rivals with their eyes closed. They ain't got nothing to die for. I'm yelling.
You cannot just tell me anything. You cannot just tell me anything.
Some of my family won't make it. Some of my friends won't take it. Kimmy got all women lost, walking around half naked. Well, a Judah like me, thinking about how you can get paid off your conniving ways. Don't come to me, get away from me, and you can look back with your sour ways. No non-denomination, no religious affiliation. Yeah, I'm a Hebrew, that's my nation. Don't give a damn about Satan. Hey, it's highly likely you don't like me. If you don't like me, cause you can't do it like me. It's highly likely a higher likes me. That motivates me, you can't do it like me. I get the truth, I learn it, then I give it. I'm your shy sidekick, call me Robin. Skin all white, no blow, no El Chapo. Too real, never snitch it to the popo. Timberland boot to your face, how your teeth missing. Me and my squad stand up like the sea missing. Reel them in, throw them to the side like we going fishing. I don't give a damn about your camp if they sneak this and ha-ha. Da-da. All praises to a higher. Thank you for got me through this wall, cause I could've been lost in that fire. Yeah. No switch over here, real Judah. No snitch over here, don't hit me up, I don't want your deal. Ain't nobody getting rich over here. If you see me on your block, just know he's there. If it ain't up in that word, I don't even care.
You cannot just tell me anything. You cannot just tell me anything.